What's up, what's up? It's Future. Together with Playful Mac, we're shooting some dope interview today, and we're here at the R Plus Ravemore Search and Destroy store. It's some good friends of mine who gave us the opportunity to just film the interview here. We're also gonna check out some clothes today, which they are doing very nice clothes. So yeah, let's go inside, check the boy. I feel like, especially like in the scene right now, there's a bit of gatekeeping for sure.
I
think
mean the Techno Scene?
Yeah, I would say definitely.
Spill the tea.
One thing that I struggled a lot with when I moved to Germany, not only the language, but also to grasp everything around insurance. And this is why I'm super happy to partner up and have Feather sponsor this episode. The insurance company that is very much targeted to our expats, just like me. They have an English service and they have very good prices for expats, which is exactly the reason why I chose them. For me, for liability, and for my dog. I chose Feather for 3 main reasons, but they also had online service completely in English and 0 paperwork. They are super flexible and modern, so as life changes, you can just add on extra plans or change them or tweak them. So for example, when I got Minx, my dog, it was super easy to just add her to the insurance plan. And the third reason is that their customer support is super easy and reliable. So whenever I did not understand anything about what I needed and what was the best alternative for me, they were there helping to guide me. So if you'd like to have a look or sign up for any of Feather's insurances, go to featherinsurance.com and use the code PLAYFUL1 in caps lock to get a €15 cash back.
My 3 qualities, I would say, when I think about it, I would say edgy.
Edgy, yeah.
Like clean. And I would say like techno goth. Yeah.
Are you sober? Are you clean sober? Or are you just clean like yourself?
Actually also, like almost 100%, yeah.
Wow.
But also like, I think this for me like a style thing, I like cleanly defined things, so like a clean style, like for example, like a brutalistic aesthetic, or just like drawn out things, when it's just like a clean mix, a clean vision, stuff like that, yeah.
Were you always into that, or was that something that evolved when you came to Berlin?
I think I would say like I always had like a vision for like aesthetic and like a specific vision, and that like goes beyond, that like influences everything basically, so it's like I need to have everything in line with this vision, so everything has to be like brutalistic or whatever, like clean beton, or otherwise like I don't feel comfortable. Yeah.
Was there, if you tell me your journey, but also I would like to know if there was ever a specific moment when you decided that like, this is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was, before I was living in a small German city. It's called Alzey. It's very it's close to Frankfurt am Main. And for me, it was relatively quickly clear, okay, I want to move to a big city. And I was already back then in love with techno. And so naturally, I was already looking at Berlin. I think this is where the Berlin hype kind of like really started to take off, like it was just before it got really, really popular. But naturally I was very drawn to Berlin through techno, through like the free spirit, because I was always like, a bit edgy, dressing like edgy, like not, fucking with the vibe 100%. Of the small city, it's just like a bit boring.
Were you the cool person in school?
I don't want to like say that about myself.
You definitely
actually,
were.
Actually, I was like, when I was still younger, I was like almost a bit nerdy, like in a way. Yeah.
Okay.
But then this changed when I like kind of like hit puberty, I would say, and then it was,
when you got your dark voice.
When I got what?
Your dark, smooth voice. Everything changed.
yeah, exactly. And this is just when I I don't know, just like got a bit edgy, you know, just like following like my own vision and just not feeling myself in this place.
Were you DJing back then?
I was actually, yeah.
You did? On like parties or?
Actually, I did two parties. Actually, I mean, we did like some small raves.
Your parties?
No. It wasn't like that. I mean, and like some other parties. I mean, I started the DJing relatively close towards like moving to Berlin, but did play some parties and yeah, it was funny. I remember like the first transition I ever did was on my friend's balcony. Shout out Phil Burke. And yeah, you know, we were just like just the kids, you know, hanging out, you know, just doing our thing, you know, like smoking some weed and like just chilling and enjoying techno. And yeah, that's basically how I got into it. He showed me like his he had like a small controller, like Numark, like super cheap controller, and we were chilling on his balcony, and that's where I did my first transition. And yeah, that's where the love started, basically.
But did you see it as an extra job then, or when did you start to actually see the possibility of that?
So like it was always just a passion for it, you know. I just love this music. I just fucking love it, you know. Like it's like you know, like it's just it moves something, you know. I just have a fascination for it, and so I always did it on the side. It was always just like collecting the tracks, looking for the tracks, sorting them in the record box, and playing some gigs here and there in Berlin when I was living in Berlin, just like always doing it on the side, you know, just uploading some mixes on SoundCloud. I would say the point where I took it to another level was when I got like the first bigger opportunities to do some mixes. It was back then for Erste Kommuni. This was, they had a lot of hype back then, and I was able to do a mix for them. And so yeah, I put really like a lot of energy into this mix, and it was well worth it because it also popped. And yeah, you know, then more of those opportunities came, and like I was just like putting more time into it, putting more energy into it. And at some point, like it was just a transition because there was the gig opportunities, you know. I was working another job also, and then the DJ gigs just came in. And
when was this? Like 2 years ago?
That was basically like 2 years ago, I would say.
Yeah, because I was thinking like for me, like I'm not the fastest in seeing trends or whatever, but for me, I started noticing your name pop up like 1 year ago, I would say. And the people were like, fuck, checking up. So I was like, all right, I'll do. And I think even that's like the first time I wrote you, like almost a year ago or something.
Cool, yeah. It's been a while, yeah. Like I've been shy. I was shy. Like,
really? Oh, that's true. You said like, I'm not so sure I'm confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So how did Berlin as a city shape you then? Or influence you maybe?
In many ways, I would say definitely like through all the amazing people I met through these 8 years, you know, like I think there's a lot of creative people here in the city, like you, like me, like the guys from R+, you know, were in the store, just like people like that who just doing something, who have a vision. And yeah, so this is definitely a big inspiration. And then of course also like musically, like you know, you're on a whole different connection here with the techno game. Like you meet, like I met all these artists that formed the scene here over the years. Well, also like a lot of them are like bigger names right now, you know, and we were just like partying together back then, like showing each other tracks, inspiring each other. And, so definitely that, you know, you're from a small town, you move to like, Berlin, and then suddenly you're into it, you know, it's something different if you're not at the place. Yeah, feeling inspired and being at the source also, you know, of people who are doing this shit, you know, and not only watching some videos, but you're in the action, you know what I mean?
Super, yes. And also I feel that people are more supportive. Like, I can only compare to like Sweden, I guess, but like, I feel people are very supportive, even if you are not doing what you're starting to do perfectly. Like, you're just trying something out. People are still like, let's go. Like, if you need any help, you know, it's it's not so judgy or like, you're trying, that's embarrassing. It's more so like, let's go.
Yeah. With some people.
Yeah.
Like, I wish more people were like that. You know, for me, I'm 100% like that. I feel like, especially like in the scene right now, there's a bit of gatekeeping for sure. You know, I think
mean the techno scene?
Yeah, I would say definitely. Like, like, I mean, I think, you know, there's like a bit of side eyeing, you know, because there's just so many people getting in the game, and you know, I think. Right. And I think it's sad because it's not a positive energy. And
do you feel it's coming mostly from the top or from the bottom or from the everywhere?
I think from everywhere, like a bit, definitely, you know.
And what is it mostly about? Is it because I think a lot of people have been speaking about the hard techno sound and like that there's an opposition to that from some people. Is that what you're thinking of, or is it something else?
I mean, it's one of the things, right? You know, like it's just some people, I know it better, like what I do is the real thing and everything else is shit, you know, and I think that's a bad mindset, you know, like that doesn't get you anywhere, and it also just like neglects reality in a way, you know what I mean? Like, people are having fun to the hard techno sound, let them have fun to the hard techno sound, you know, you're not gonna change anything by like being grumpy in the corner, you know. I think definitely you can make a position in terms of this is not the sound I like or something like that. Stop the hating. But also beyond that, you know, I feel like it's a lot of movement and energy in the scene right now. And so, naturally, I feel like I think it's always a bit like that, you know, when you're starting out with something, like people are going to support you when you're big. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just sending message of love here, like, guys, spread some love and support.
So what inspires you as an artist, would you say?
It's many things. I think like it's important to have like a vision as an artist and to like form this specific vision of sound, and that just gets also formed through the community. And I would say that's like a super big inspiration point. It's like all the producers out there just sending music, and it's just like amazing how much good music is getting released now. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So many labels putting out so much stuff, like high quality, really good stuff. So many people having passion for it. And I would say that's the biggest inspiration.
But if we're looking at the scene, do you have any fears or hopes for it?
I don't have any fears.
Following the flow.
No fear. No, like, I mean, I think it's a cool time right now, honestly. Like, everybody is like, I hear so many people like complaining and like.
What do you hear most people complaining about?
A lot of different things. Like, I mean, everyone has their own position. I mean, of course, you know, like, the biggest complaining you already mentioned is like on this hard techno and like
TikTok techno.
TikTok techno, and
also
I'm
it's very
tired
interesting.
of it,
Yeah,
I'm on TikTok also. There's a lot of double standards out there. There's a lot of hating out there. There's a lot of bullshitting out there, and
insecurities also.
Insecurity.
So
I think so. The thing on this whole topic is, since after COVID, there was this new style of techno. All the younger kids, they love it. They really like it hard. They love it banging, and that's how they got into it. That's what they like. And I come from not the hard techno scene. I come from the groovy, minimalistic techno scene. So I especially am confronted with these voices. saying no, you have to keep it on the low. You have to push the real techno, and I'm all for that, I'm doing very advanced minimalistic music, that does not work with melodies, that does not work with a lot of drops. But, I'm just pushing my shit out there the other people are also doing it. And I think that's the way, It doesn't make any sense to hate. And I think that is why a lot of people are saying this also, because it is so popular. This is where all the people go. And if you play some hard techno and you come with different techno, more reduced techno afterwards, there's a big drop in energy, and it just doesn't work. And I think that's where all this hate is coming from, people are unhappy, that they're not
I think,
getting enough gigs, or but it's people like what they like, and the only thing you can do is go yourself on TikTok and show them what you like. This is what I'm thinking. You're complaining about TikTok techno, go there yourself and show what you like, and that's what I'm doing.
100%.